Hey everyone, welcome to another midweek broadcast of Blockcast with your host Will. So, bit of interesting news today. Ankr Protocol recently partnered with Microsoft, and everybody's excited. So, the question we want to answer is this something great or is it something just regular? Let's start with Ankr Protocol first. So, what is it? Ankr essentially is not a protocol. It's actually, although a lot of people call it a protocol, it's actually an infrastructure service provider. And one way to think about it is basically the go between developers, apps, and the blockchain. So if you're a developer or you're an app and you need to connect to the blockchain, you essentially do that through Ankr. And they do this by providing different nodes everywhere that provide RPC services, and that just stands for remote procedure call. In a nutshell, if you want to connect to the blockchain, you need to use an RPC service. And so Ankr is one of those groups that provide these RPC services for different kinds of nodes. So it's a really useful service. Now, this requires infrastructure, and a lot of it is provided by Ankr, and some of it is decentralized, so that's kind of nice. So, what's all this about a partnership with Microsoft? What does it mean? Running an RPC node is a difficult thing, and you need to consider things like proximity to the requester, things like load balancing. So is one node busier than it should be? Is one node lying idle? Is the idle node really far from where the request is, or is it close to where the request is? So there's all of these kinds of things that happen in the background when an app or a developer wants to connect to the blockchain, right? So Ankr handles this. Now, what this partnership means is that Ankr is just using Microsoft's infrastructure. That's all it is. It means that Microsoft is providing infrastructure for Ankr to use. There's also made some deal, they've agreed on the prices and everything. But my take is that it doesn't really affect the token at all. It's a change in infrastructure. It means that if Ankr really wanted to scale very quickly, they can do it using Microsoft services, very similar to AWS. So that's all it is. And it's just to get you to understand exactly what the partnership means. It doesn't mean that Microsoft is going to be using Ankr. It actually means Ankr is going to be using Microsoft. And what Ankr still needs to continue doing is growing its business. So yeah, this has improved its brand a little bit, but in the end, is it a massive deal? Not so big. Microsoft will take on any partner, anybody who's willing to pay for the infrastructure, and in this case, it's Ankr. I do congratulate them for their growth, but I think in a nutshell, that's all it is. It's a change in infrastructure and good for Ankr. Until next time.